So I want to talk about getting rejected from whether it's PhD interviews or PhD admissions or academic jobs. Rejection is such an important part of the academic career, and I talk about that a lot on this channel. I want you to know that you are totally normal, and I want to talk about dealing with this rejection that you get. So if you don't know me, I am Professor Dave Maslach. I'm an associate professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship. And I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor for to help you out. By the way, if you haven't done so, go check out the Reciprocity platform. It's a sharing economy editing platform, and the goal is actually to help us write better so you don't get rejected as much. So working and building this thing out. So go check that out. All right. So getting rejected is like super, super common in all aspects of academia. I think most people don't understand that, but you're looking at, most things, whatever that thing is in academia, if you're applying to a job, if you are, getting a paper published that's in a reasonable journal, you're looking at about a 10-to-1 ratio. Typically, that's the normal kind of thing. So 10 people or 10, times that you send something in, one time you might get an interview, or you might get, paper accepted, or, you might get that job or whatever, right? And that is really normal. That is kind of part of the process. And if you just look at rates across different institutions, that's about the going rate. So some of the more top tier ones, you're probably looking at more like 100-to-1, like the really top tier places. But for the most part, that's what it is. But you have to sort of deal with this, right? When you get a rejection, you just have to simply accept what it is, that it is one snapshot of what they are doing. There's a couple of things to sort of learn from this. First of all, it's one snapshot of who you are, and don't take it as seriously as much as you want to take it seriously. It is simply part of the process, and you have to sort of allocate a certain amount of time to applying and getting rejected, and that's just part of the natural process of this. So if you're early on, you get rejected, don't get upset with it. It is what it is. And rejection is very much part of the science world. And so you just get a lot of rejection, and you just have to simply be okay with it. So, and realizing, how do you become okay with it is just realize it's only one component of your life. Look around, take a step back, look around, and, appreciate just how amazing your life is. And it doesn't matter how much money you have and all those kind of things. If you're feeling down, go for a walk and just, take a deep breath. Like, living is, it's just a precious thing, and every day that you get a chance to live is an absolute precious thing. And we should take advantage of that every day. Right. And that's an important lesson to take away. Don't ever sort of dwell on these things. Screw that. It's one subjective decision from people that, don't understand who you are and what you're about and all those kind of things. So, don't ever sit there and dwell upon that thing. And the second thing that I want you to sort of think about is sometimes that there's lessons involved in it. Often there's not, in terms of lessons of getting rejected, but sometimes there is. And if there is something that you can improve or change, reflect on those things, but don't reflect too long. Because I think, we get sort of messed up on those things, and there's often not a lot of things that we can change. Other than, one thing, maybe you're a PhD student, you got low GRE scores or GMAT scores, and that's affecting your application. Well, just, go and take that again, right? Like, those sort of simple things. I know it's a lot of work and all that kind of stuff, and I'm sort of downplaying the sort of difficulty of it, but, just go do it again, and smile when you get it, and just keep doing it. And that's the third thing that I think is super important, is never, ever leave, don't let somebody's subjective perception of you taint your viewpoint and sort of take you down. It's just one little data point. It has nothing to do with who you are and so many other parts of your life. And those other parts of your life are very important. And what you need to do is just say, okay, all right, it happened. Get up, get going, and redo it. And you got to get up, get going, and redo it over and over and over again. So that's how almost all academics do it, is they get up, they get those rejections time and time again. Some more than others, but you get those rejections, you get up, and you're just like, all right, it's a rejection, let's redo it, let's keep going, go on to the next thing, and learn from those particular things. So that is really, really important for you to just simply keep going, ignoring all of that mess. They don't understand who you are. And, good things do come when you keep persisting at something repeatedly. I know it doesn't seem like it at this time, but there is a lot that happens to it. Now, the last thing to think about is, sometimes you have to reflect and think about, is this for me? Do I want to actually do this? And really, it is a grind. It's a day in, a day out grind all the time. So if it's not for you, if you get very upset with this and you can't shrug it off and you can't just be like, whatever, you gotta have this sort of mindset of like, screw them, it's their loss. And if you can't get to that mindset where you're just like, screw them, it's their loss, I'm truly amazing. And I know that sounds really narcissistic, but you really have to get to that moment because there is so much rejection involved and it's very explicit. Just be like, all right, whatever, I'm going to do some awesome things, and you're going to miss out on it. And you just got to keep doing that day in and day out. And if you can't delude yourself, if you can't delude yourself, think about what you're doing and sort of reflect on where you can go, because you are an amazing human being. There is a lot that you can do, and you need to find the right place where people appreciate you and you can do well and thrive. So with that, give me a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.